The next article is of derivation of the Biot Savart's law from the expression of the vector potential. So if you have the expression of the vector potential, that is A vector, from that how can you derive the Biot Savart law? Now we know that Biot Savart law, it gives us the derivation of magnetic field, means B vector. So if you have a vector potential A vector, how can you obtain the expression of B vector? So firstly we will start off with the expression of A vector for the case of a line current distribution, and that is given by mu naught divided by 4 pi, and inside the line integral you have dr prime vector divided by r vector minus r prime vector magnitude, and in the numerator you have the current, and current can be taken outside the integral, so you can write it in this way. So this is the expression of the magnetic vector potential for the case of a line current distribution. Now if you have this expression, how can you obtain the expression of B vector, means the Biot Savart's law? So we already know the relation of B vector and A vector. So that we have already done in the previous lectures, that B vector is equal to curl of A vector. So magnetic field at a point can be found out by taking the curl of the vector potential at the same point. So if you have A vector and if you will take its curl, that must give us the expression of B vector. So let's see if the expression that you obtain matches with the expression of Biot Savart law. So the expression of magnetic field that you will obtain by taking the curl of the vector potential. So we are going to check that if it matches with the expression of magnetic field given by Biot Savart's law. So for this, take the curl on both hand sides. So curl of A vector will be equal to, so these are all the constant terms, so they can be taken outside the operator. So on the right hand side you will have curl of dr prime vector divided by r vector minus r prime vector magnitude. So now we are going to use the vector identity again, and that is curl of a vector multiplied by a scalar function. So the scalar function is 1 divided by the magnitude of this vector. So that is a scalar function. So curl of vector multiplied by a scalar function. So this is the vector identity that you're going to use. Curl of a scalar function multiplied by a vector. So that is equal to the scalar function as it is, then curl of the vector plus gradient of the scalar function multiplied by a vector. So we are going to use this same identity, and when you will use it, so you will write the step by yourself, means putting phi is equal to 1 divided by magnitude of r vector minus r prime vector, and substituting c vector as dr prime vector. So that step you will write by your own self, and in that step you will obtain curl of dr prime vector. So when you will write that step, you will get, in this first term you will get curl of dr prime vector. So dr prime vector, this dr prime, this is the line element which is taken on the line current distribution, and as we know that every point on the line current distribution is dependent upon the primed coordinates, and the curl that you are taking is with respect to the unprimed coordinates. So curl of dr prime vector will be equal to 0. So putting curl of dr prime vector is equal to 0, you will get curl of dr prime vector divided by magnitude of r vector minus r prime vector. This will come out to be equal to gradient of 1 by r vector minus r prime vector magnitude cross product with dr prime vector. So this step you will do by yourself, and then you will put curl of dr prime vector is equal to 0, and after that you will get this expression. Now in this case you have curl of dr prime vector divided by the magnitude. So this has come out to be equal to this term. So now you will substitute it over here. You will get mu naught divided by 4 pi current, and then inside the line integral you will get gradient of 1 by r vector minus r prime vector cross product with dr prime vector. Now over here you will use the formula of gradient of 1 by r vector minus r prime vector magnitude. So r vector minus r prime vector. So as we have done in the previous lectures, the r vector minus r prime vector is represented by curly r vector. So this is the vector from the line element to the observation point. So that is given by curly r vector. So magnitude of r vector minus r prime vector will be equal to this one, or you can just write it as curly r. So this is the magnitude of r vector minus r prime vector. So instead of this magnitude you can write it just equal to curly r. So what is gradient of? What is gradient of this scalar function? Means 1 by curly r. This can be written as minus r cap divided by r square. So when you will solve it, you will get gradient of 1 by curly r is equal to minus r cap divided by r square. So this also we have done in the previous lecture. So you can substitute this one as mu naught divided by 4 pi, and gradient of 1 by this expression, this can be written as minus of r cap divided by r square cross product with dr prime vector. Now you will swap these two vectors. So this is a vector r cap, this is a unit vector divided by a scalar. So this whole will be a vector, and dr prime vector is also a vector. So you can swap these two vectors and you can consume the negative sign in that step. So when you will interchange their position, you will get mu naught divided by 4 pi capital I as it is, and inside the integral you will have dr prime vector cross product with r cap divided by r square. So this is the same formula that is given by Biot Savart law of magnetic field. So on the left hand side you have curl of A vector, and as you know curl of A vector is equal to B vector. So this is the expression of magnetic field. So starting with the expression of magnetic vector potential, we have obtained the expression of magnetic field. So you can see that magnetic field is given by mu naught divided by 4 pi. Now this current can be taken inside the integral. So integration as it is, and you will have dr prime vector cross product with r cap and whole divided by r square. So this is the expression of magnetic field, and this is the same expression which is given by Biot Savart's law. So we have derived the Biot Savart's law from the vector potential, from this first step, from this first expression of the vector potential. Now over here you can substitute this curly r in the form of r vector minus r prime vector. So if you will multiply and divide it by curly r, so you will get it equal to mu naught divided by 4 pi, and you will have I times dr prime vector as it is multiplied by curly r into curly r cap will be equal to curly r vector divided by curly r square into curly r, that will be curly r cube. So this can be written further equal to mu naught divided by 4 pi integration of I times dr prime vector cross product with curly r vector, and curly r vector is equal to r vector minus r prime vector divided by magnitude of curly r, the cube of the magnitude of curly r. So that can be written as, now what is magnitude? That is given by magnitude of r vector minus r prime vector and its cube. So we have derived the Biot Savart's law from the expression of vector potential.